What is going on, everyone? Welcome to the Poke Office. My name is Colin. Today, I wanted to talk about the value of Scarlet and Violet era sets. We all know that Prismatic Evolutions is an absolute banger set. It's really hard to get your hands on, and it's really bloody expensive. But I wanted to look at all of the data from Scarlet and Violet era and what value does each set bring to the marketplace. So first thing I did is I grabbed all of the money values off of TCG Player, like the tables for each set, and added it all up. Then I also grabbed the value of the top card of each set and figured out what percentage of value does that card have compared to the total set value. Wanted to see if there was any correlation happening there. And then I wanted to have a quick discussion about what actually makes a set great. Is it just the value? Is it just the chase card? Is it a variety of chase cards? Maybe we want the top chase card to be a small percentage of the total set value, so that there's lots of really good cards. Maybe we want the top card from a set to be a big percentage because that's just the one chase. And then I just thought we'd talk about what are my favorite sets to open, and does it actually match what the data is saying based on how good a set is based off of its value. So here's my spreadsheet. All right, pretty simple. I have the sets listed in chronological order right here. This is how much the value of a card is. Look at that in the bottom right. $18,641 USD if you were to have every card from Scarlet and Violet era so far. Yikes. This is the top card of each set. This is the value of that card. I should put a dollar amount on it. And then this is the percentage like I was talking about. And then down here, top value, I reordered all of these lists by top value of the set, top value of the card, and I don't know what I was doing there. Doesn't matter. Oh, that's the percentage. I just didn't rename it. So in chronological order, Scarlet and Violet base set is worth $603. Paldea Evolved, $1,157. Obsidian Flames, $352. Scarlet and Violet, $151. $1,395. Paradox Rift, $635. Paldean Fates, $1,481 because of this Mew. $412. Are you kidding me? It's crazy. It used to be an $80 card. Temporal Forces at $915. Twilight Masquerade with the Greninja is up to $1,138. Shrouded Fable, actually not a bad price considering how much people don't like it. And newsflash, or spoiler alert, depending on how you look at things, is that Shrouded Fable Pokemon Center Elite Trainer boxes are now sold out, which is absolutely crazy. That set is going places. There's a lot of people pumping it right now. Kind of in a joking manner, but kind of not too. Stellar Crown, not doing anything too hot. It's at $566. Surging Sparks, a big one at $1,826. And then, of course, Prismatic is just outstanding at $7,800. If we reorder these, this is the reordered from highest to lowest. Prismatic Evolutions, obviously the top spot, followed by Surging Sparks, followed by Paldean Fates, followed by 151. Paldea Evolved, Twilight Masquerade. What's that? 6 sets that are above $1,000 to grab every single card. Temporal Forces, not too far behind. Shrouded Fable, higher up the list than I thought it would be, to be honest with you. But you've got the Persian, you've got the Houndoom, you've got the Dusknoir and the Duskull and the Dusclops line. You've got the Cassiopeia, you've got the Earthen Vessel. There's some hits that, check this out. We're getting a little ahead of ourselves, but the Persian is only $65. It's only 8.7. It's actually very, very low on the list of percentage of the top card value. However, that means there's a lot of cards in that $40 to $65 range, rather than having just a huge percentage like the Greninja, almost 30% of the $1,138 of that set. So kind of interesting. Paradox Rift down to $635. Scarlet and Violet base above Stellar Crown and Obsidian Flames, which is a little bit surprising. But then again, once again, Gardevoir, only 8.33% of the total value. So there's some really, really nice medium valued cards in Scarlet and Violet base set. Okay, just to give you some clarification or some reference, Evolving Skies, $55.79. That's the total set value for Evolving Skies. The Umbreon VMAX, $1638.66, and that's 29.37%. So Umbreon VMAX value of $1638 equates to 29% of the total value, which is quite high. It's actually just below the Greninja, but it would be number 2 on the list in that category. Kind of interesting, considering the Umbreon EX from Prismatic Evolutions is 20.28%. So that means there's a lot of extra cards in Prismatic Evolution that are still very valuable. Like Umbreon EX isn't taking all the value. It's taking about a fifth of the value. Umbreon VMAX taking closer to a third of the value. Not quite, but kind of crazy. And then we'll reorder it by the top value card here. So, of course, we have the Umbreon EX. Pikachu is next, Surging Sparks. Then Paldean Fates with the Bubble Mew. Twilight Masquerade with the Greninja. Scarlet and Violet 151 with the Charizard EX. Paldean Evolved with the Magikarp. Paradox Rift with the Groudon. Not a ton of change, but Scarlet and Violet base set is down in the basement. Shrouded Fable down in the basement. Obsidian Flames, Stellar Crown raised up a little bit with their top chase card there. And then, of course, this last column is ordered based on of these percentages. Twilight Masquerade with the biggest percentage hit chase card with the Greninja. Mew is way up there as well now. It's just absolutely wild stuff that the Bubble Mew is now a $412 card. Unbelievable stuff. Pikachu is at 25%, and I have news about this Pikachu. I just picked up this bad boy, and it is available now on the pokeoffice.com. And if you're a YouTube member, you get your discounts and everything. It's a little bit off center, as you can probably see. The left side is a little bit less, so probably not a Gem Mint 10 contender. But if you need this card for your binder, it's pretty clean. There's one little white spot right there as well. Pretty clean card, though, and the price is right. Go check it out on the pokeoffice.com. All right, then we got into Obsidian Flames. Obsidian Flames is high up on the list in terms of Charizard being worth a lot of the total value of the set. Umbreon only at 20%, and Magikarp less than 20%. Charizard from 151, less than 20%. Groudon at 16.8%. Terapagos 15%. Raging Bolt 11%, so you get the picture. So what does that tell us? Honestly, I think my favorite sets to open are actually when the top chase card represents a large portion of the total value. That's just maybe a personal preference. I kind of like the gamble, and I really, really love when that gamble pays off and you hit a huge card. But to be fair, like if we go back to that spreadsheet for a second, Twilight Masquerade, based on the Greninja being worth close to 30% of the value, there's some other great cards in Twilight Masquerade as well. There's the Perrin, there's the Carmine, there's the Eevee. Like, there's other good cards, but when you hit that top card, man, oh man, does it feel good. And based on that spreadsheet yet again, if you go down all the way to the bottom with Scarlet and Violet base set, when you pull the Gardevoir EX from Scarlet and Violet base set, it's still amazing, but it's a $50 card, not a $330 card. You know what I mean? Like, that makes a big difference. It's exciting, but it's not nearly as exciting. And if we put pull rates into this as well, we didn't actually talk about that. Let's go back to the spreadsheet for a second. Top value cards are Umbreon, Pikachu, Bubble Mew, Greninja, Charizard. So kind of an interesting mix, actually, because even the Magikarp, Paldean Evolved, my goodness, we opened so many packs and finally pulled it on last week's live stream, which was amazing. But the pull rates on Paldean Evolved, quite easy. Scarlet and Violet 151, pull rates were not terribly challenging. Twilight Masquerade, they got awfully tough. Paldean Fates, I don't remember what the pull rates are actually for the special illustration rares, but there's only 4 of them for Pokemon. There's more special illustration rare trainers as well. But I've pulled that Bubble Mew quite a few times. What really stands out to me is the Surging Sparks Pikachu and the Prismatic Umbreon. These are extremely hard chase cards. It's kind of in line with the Raging Bolt. The Terapagos didn't seem nearly as challenging. I think it's just because there's not very many special illustration rares in the set, so the number of cards in the set obviously matters as well. But Umbreon and Pikachu, like these ones, it makes sense why these are such expensive cards. Same with the Greninja at $336. Makes sense that they're expensive cards. Pulling these cards is extremely challenging, and that's what makes it so much fun to open. And I mean, I guess that's where my opinion lies. I like the harder pull rates because then when you get that big chase card, it spikes your adrenaline for a few reasons. Because number one, you just pulled off the near impossible. Number two, you just even with a Prismatic Evolution pack, costs you $12 to $15, but you're literally 100 times your money out of a pack. And I know that's like the most gambly thing ever because you're probably not getting it on one pack. You're opening up multiple packs to get it. But the fact of the matter is you still make that spin on the slot machine, and the one spin that gets you the bonus gets you a huge dollar amount. And that's really, really exciting. It's like this huge spike immediately. It's the same with Pokemon cards. You finally open that one pack and you see the rainbow border there and you're just like, yeah, baby, come on. And the Umbreon actually comes out and it's so, so exciting. So I don't know, like there's something to be said. Huge value means something in the world of excitement of opening Pokemon cards. Am I right? I mean, let me know what you think. I actually want to go rank the sets in the order that I like opening them, trying not to think about the money, but money matters, right? Money totally matters. Let's rank these things. All right, here we are on Tier Maker. We'll start with Scarlet and Violet Era. And I like opening Scarlet and Violet Era. Like nothing's going to be a C or an F. Scarlet and Violet Era is a B. It's nothing like fancy. I'm not like super chasey about anything. Paldea Evolved is like, it's got to be close to S tier for me, just with the Magikarp. Super fun. Obsidian Flames, I'd rank it low again with Scarlet and Violet. Like the Charizard is a lot of fun, but other than that, there's not a ton of excitement there for me. And then we get to 151, which is like, I'm never going to get bored of the set. I'm going to be honest with you. I love the set so much. And let's be fair, I love every Pokemon set, right? Like even Scarlet and Violet and Obsidian Flames, you give me a pack and it's like, oh, if you don't like it, don't open it. I'm opening it, baby. You know what I'm talking about? Oh, man. And then we got Paradox Rift. I'd give that one an A. I like the set a lot. It's a bigger set. Some really good pulls. The Groudon is cool. I actually really, really like the Roaring Moon. I'm a little bit upset that the Groudon is worth more than it, but that's just the way the cookie crumbles sometimes. And then what? We had Paldean Fates, which also is just so S tier for me. It's so good. So good. I had added the other sets in here. All right, for whatever reason, the other sets don't show up if I'm in presentation mode, so we'll just keep going here. Where was I? Temporal Forces. The thing with Temporal Forces is that it totally got so hard with the pull rates, right? Like the set just completely wrecked. And it doesn't have that huge chase card for me. I do really, really like the future and ancient Pokemon. I like the Walking Wake. I like the Raging Bolt. I like the Iron Leaves and the Iron Crown. I like them all. The Gouging Fire. But the pull rates just, I don't know. Plus the fact I'm not super attached to the future and or the Paradox Pokemon. I'm not super attached. It doesn't have that like meaning behind it. Whereas then we get to Twilight Masquerade. And for whatever reason, I just had so much fun opening up Twilight Masquerade. I thought that it was going to be like a medium mainstream set, and we started opening it. I tell the story all the time on the channel, but it's just so fun to open Twilight Masquerade. I love it. And pulling the Greninja is one of the best. Shrouded Fable came out. I like Shrouded Fable. I really do. Like, I'm not just saying things. I mean, do I go with A or B? That's a questionable one. It's a questionable one. Only because there's nothing like this. The problem with Shrouded Fable is this. The special illustration rares are actually really weak. The illustration rares are top dogs in Shrouded Fable for sure. Stellar Crown, once again, would be a B tier for me. Not my favorite set in the world. They just missed that Lapras special illustration rare. I'm going to keep saying that till I die probably. But Surging Sparks. What do I think about Surging Sparks? Could be A, could be S. I'm going to put it in A. I like the set a lot. I think it is one of the best Scarlet and Violet era sets around. Pull rates are tough, and there's a few cards that I'm meh about. I think the illustration rares, there's some weaker ones, but the special illustration rares in Surging Spark are so good. The Pikachu, even though it's not everyone's favorite, is so good. And go buy it on the Poke Office before it sells. What else? I don't know. Prismatic Evolution. This is what it all comes down to. Is it S tier? Here's the thing. With Prismatic Evolution, you open up an Elite Trainer box, and it's either absolutely glorious or you get absolutely smoked. And considering the price, if the price was down on Prismatic and you could get packs for MSRP, it would immediately be S tier. Like, right? The fact that trying to open up evolutions is on the agenda in Scarlet and Violet era is like mwah, chef's kiss all over the place. Just talking about this is getting me excited. Let me know what you think. That's all I got. I just love sharing my love for Pokemon with y'all. So hopefully you enjoyed the video. If you did, make sure to subscribe to the channel with bell notifications on. Let me know what you think down in the comments below. And please, please, please hit the like button for me. I appreciate you all. And we'll be back soon with another video. Peace!